Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer, and we are up to the 8s in the Cards of Life. What your birthday reveals about you and your personal relationships. The 8s. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Adlai Stevenson. I probably didn't pronounce that right, but you get the point. Having passed through the challenge imposed by the 7, the 8 represents a multiplication of energy, twice that of the 4. Where the 4 represents a good supply of security and foundation, the 8 symbolizes all that plus more. This translates as power, the ability to affect change in whatever direction they choose to focus their energies. The number 8 in the cycle from 1 to 10 represents a point of fullness in time of harvest. With 8s, we see one of the strongest manifestations in their suits, shining examples of what the suit can produce and create. Most 8s are productive and hard workers. They enjoy watching their power manifest things so well and so quickly. But like any other gifts represented by our birth card, power can be used or abused. 8s are faced with this choice throughout their life, and it is a dominant theme that many of them are here to get clear about. Power can be used to help others and to create more goodwill and prosperity, or it can become an addiction and a means to escape from inner insecurities and inner fears. Power seems to stem from the highest power, and that the highest power is that of God or the Creator. If it is true that all things happen only by the will of God, then when we are given some power to play with, we tend to feel that we have some divine right to use it. However, just because we've been given the commission of power doesn't mean that we have become perfect and incapable of making mistakes. This is a misconception that people in positions of power sometimes have. Instead of seeing themselves as vessels of God's will, they begin to see themselves in all sorts of distorted ways. They begin to think that they are perfect and infallible. They begin to imagine they're godlike, or in some cases immortal. This is when power becomes dangerous, like giving a real gun to a child. If an 8 person is not only aware enough to realize that they're only vessels of God's power, they will make mistakes associated with the misuse of it. In the astrological natal charts of most, it is not the 8s that you will find have a strong element of Scorpio, Pluto, or 8th house energy. All 8s will behave a little like Scorpios regardless of their sun sign. Pluto is the overall ruler of this element. He is the planet of death and destruction, and the Pluto influence has profound meanings to the 8 person. The essential meaning of Pluto and Scorpio is self-transformation. When Pluto or Scorpio influence is strong within a person's makeup, as it is with the 8s, there will be inevitably some major changes in the person's life from time to time. These changes can vary from the way that they approach relationships to the way they think or deal with money. We might say all 8s will pass through several personal deaths during the course of their life. Some part of their personality will die, making way for new. Like the phoenix, the 8 person will rise from the ashes of their own burial to fly again with new wings. The eagle is symbol for Scorpio, but it also represents a Scorpio that has undergone an essential transformation. That will be the same for the 8s. They usually attract powerful people into their life to match their own power. There will be some degree of power struggles or attempts to control or manipulate until the 8 person learns that the change is really needed is within themselves. When the 8 turns their tremendous power back onto themselves, it's an effort to make internal changes. They access some of the highest power. Most of the 8s have powerful spiritual karma cards. These represent the presence of potential spiritual energy. With the little death that occurs for the 8 person, they are assisted with the spiritual energies, and they are reborn with even more power than before. The new person they have become often bears little resemblance to the person they were before. Some people may even have difficulty recognizing them. It is much like the snake shedding its skin. 8s all share the scorpionic legacy to some extent. They are the people that shine forth with all the brilliance of their suit to simplify and exemplify the best of what the suit can manifest. Because the 8th house in Scorpio deal with goods and possessions of others, by necessity, 8s get involved with finances of others at certain points in their life, often inheriting the responsibility of handling the estates of their parents and others. As a rule, they do well with this, and they can be trusted to fairly and honestly manage funds. Whether it involves the care of family estate or managing finances of a family-run business, they perform their duty in a way that is to be admired. The enlightened 8 person stands as an example of someone who has passed through the fires of self-transformation. The power that at one time was turned upon the world outside them has now been turned within, and has affected truly inspired them and changed them. They become reminders of us to grow our own destiny, a divinity. Okay, stay tuned to find out if you're an 8. And if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like and subscribe, share us with your friends, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.